Super Mario Bros. Mario Teaches Typing. Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. Depending on how you stretch it, there are over 100 different Mario games spanning almost 4 decades. In 2011, Nintendo unveiled an official timeline for their other flagship series, The Legend of Zelda. The fans were finally satisfied, but it left all of us asking, where is our Mario timeline, Nintendo? Huh? Where is it? Why are you holding out on us? In what order do all 112 of these Mario games take place? Are you gonna tell us? No? Well, then I guess that's where we come in. I'm Alec Robbins. These are my friends Lexi Langell and Heather Capps. Together, we're going to go through every single Mario game, one by one, and sort them all into a single chronological timeline, no matter how little sense it makes, because Nintendo won't do it for us. This is Mariology. Here we go! Let's find out what our first category of games will be. Lakitu, bring it down.
Hey, that's what's up.
Okay, what is it?
Mainline Mario series.
Okay, so that's just the main Mario games, like
Right.
the big heavy hitters, like the ones everyone knows, the numbered entries in Mario.
Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
I mean, we have nothing on the board right now.
Right.
So we're gonna have to put this somewhere here. And the only really important question at the beginning is, do we think more games are gonna come before or after Super Mario Bros?
More games are going to come after, but there will be games before.
Yeah, I agree. Like, we don't want to put it at the very top.
Right.
No, because at this point, he's already developed a relationship with Peach, enough so much that he is risking his life to save her, which means there's a significant amount of time for them to develop
Right.
something.
Like, we don't know if he knows Bowser yet, but we do know that the story here, the basic story is Bowser has kidnapped Princess Peach, and now Mario is trying to adventure his way across the land to rescue her.
Well, he's an adult here.
Right, and we know there's baby games
Right.
that come later in, yeah. So
Right.
that means we have to put those above Super Mario Bros. So let's like, maybe closer to the top, but not quite at the top.
Yeah, maybe
Like-
on like that fourth or third.
Like this one maybe?
Okay, great.
I mean, maybe that's too high.
Oh, we're going to move these
we
around.
can always
all
adjust.
over
We're
the
gonna
place.
move them around.
So let's start with like, yeah, somewhere on the third rung.
Yeah, because he has no identifier that he knows Bowser are not in this game.
Right,
Interesting, that's right. Okay, cool.
okay.
Yeah, it's below, but, you know.
Oh, here comes the question mark block.
I want to get that
cool.
one.
Yeah, this is me.
Reach in there and grab a game.
We've got Super Mario Brothers 2.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so Mario 2, everyone knows the story. I'm barely going to go over it, but that's not really Mario 2 because Super Mario Bros. 2 was released in Japan only, and it was the same skin as the first Mario. Do you not know this?
No, it's like a reformatted game, or like it's
Yeah, that
yes.
one is. So the Lost Levels is the real Mario 2, but in the United States they released a game called Doki Doki Panic and reskinned it with Mario characters.
Right.
Only for America. And so this game has a bunch of weird shit in it that's not really like part of it became part of the Mario canon, but like it was really invented for Doki Doki Panic. Like Shy Guys, Birdos, those like mask things, the ravens on the magic carpets, like those are all from
Is
this
this
game.
Birdo's first?
That's Birdo's first
This
appearance.
is
Right.
first.
So
okay.
that's an important marker.
Yeah.
But I'm going to point something really interesting about this game out, and this is spoilers for a very old Mario game. It is all a dream.
Right.
So the question is not when do the events of the game take place, it's when did Mario have this dream?
Okay.
Well, maybe. I mean, maybe he got so hyped on his first adventure in Mushroom Kingdom. No, not Mushroom Kingdom.
Well, so this takes place in Subcon.
Right. This is
which
different.
It's, I guess that's short for subconscious, and the villain, yeah, and the villain is Wart, who's like a giant green frog who's kind of similar to Bowser in like physique.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both, you know, amphibian reptile families.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
So it definitely makes sense that he'd be like thinking of Bowser. So this is probably after he met Bowser.
Right.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's got Birdo, and if we know Birdo appears later in the Mario universe as a non-dream entity.
Right.
So is this like a prophetic vision, or is it like, yeah, I met that Birdo the other day, and
Bear
oh,
with
she's
me.
in my dream. Weird. Okay.
I think it's more far-fetched that it would be prophetic, but it's not out of the realm of possibility for Mario.
Right.
Okay.
I don't like, yeah.
Oh,
like,
I don't know either.
what's more reasonable to you? That like he met Birdo and then dreamed about Birdo? Or
Yes.
he like had this vision of Birdo and then, you were the one from my dream. Like we don't see, Mario never seems like shocked to see Birdo.
I can't imagine him professing that dream thing to all the other Mushroom
That's
Kingdom
just my
characters
canon,
because
yeah.
they'd be like, what a weirdo. So I imagine this is after we've really seen her.
Right.
Okay, so we'll put it like a little further down and then we'll have to like remember to fit in games where Birdo exists.
Right.
Okay. So we probably want to put it right on here, not below it.
Honestly,
Wait,
I think a little
no
higher.
way.
I think like
Oh.
even just there. I don't know. I'll pin it.
Yeah, you pin it, yeah.
I don't know. Does that look right?
Yeah, that
Okay.
looks perfect.
Wait, but that's so far.
You think it's too far?
I think that's so far.
All right, let's do it here.
Yeah, you gotta back that up. That's nuts.
It's hard to pin.
I know. Here,
Thank
I
you.
got
We got it. That's
we
good.
got it. Gorgeous.
Okay, cool. Mario 2. All right, let's do the next game.
Yeah.
Oh, Piranha Plant friend has it.
Hello.
Go ahead
That
and-
is so cool.
Yeah, normally I don't like seeing this, but
Yeah, that's a friendly one.
yeah, that's a nice one.
All right, we've got Donkey Kong. This, I think, predates Super Mario Bros., right? Like, I know
Yeah.
it does timeline-wise, like, or like chronologically when they released them,
Right.
but I also kind of think this is like from a phase in Mario's life where he was like working construction and not adventuring. Like, he just happened into an adventure.
Or is that Mario? I mean, it could not. It's well, Jumpman may not be Mario.
You're right. So when it first came out, he was Jumpman.
Right.
This is going to come up a few more times. This is not the first time we'll have an instance of like a Mario figure who is not officially Mario.
Right.
I do think it's Mario.
And
Do you
the-
think it's like do you think it's not?
I have a feeling that I think it's not. I don't think it's Mario. I don't think it's Mario.
So either way, we're putting it higher up.
You put it higher up.
But he does already know Peach. So
No.
It's not Peach.
Pauline.
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 Oh,
Yes.
who comes up later.
Right, so
Right,
we'll
which
we'll
we
hear from
won't
Pauline
touch.
again. Well, we can
Okay.
mention she's in Mario Odyssey, and that's going to be way further down.
Yeah.
And we should discuss it now. I
Right.
think she implies that she knows Mario in that game. Am I wrong? Like,
Oh yeah,
She
they have
does.
history.
Yeah.
as it seems.
which is why I think this is Mario.
I don't think it's Mario.
So who? All right, so it's Jumpman, just a separate person.
No, I mean, I would be on team that's like Mario's dad.
So it's like okay. it's
I
part of his
would say
lineage,
that's Mario's dad.
which is also going to be when we get into the Donkey Kong shit, which is like a fucking minefield, mind you.
Right.
We are going to get into like a lot of weird lineage stuff.
Yeah.
And like we're going to have to discuss the lifespan of Kongs, I think. And so we might have to return to the idea of whether or not that is Mario.
Right.
But I think we can safely place it.
Early.
Higher up.
Yes.
Early.
It's
Yeah.
pre-plumbing.
Yeah. But it's also, if it is Mario, it's got to be after the Yoshi's Island games when we have Baby Mario.
Right.
So I think not
It's
too high.
right after Baby.
Yeah, like
I
immediately
don't
after.
know. We'll get to it.
There's going to
Okay.
be, yeah,
Well,
I think
for now.
maybe like right around here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
that's-
sounds
that's-
great. Here,
Okay.
I'll secure the.
Thank you.
I'll secure the map.
Thank you so much. Okay.
You're such a good Vanna.
Thanks. You too.
It's coming from above. Here we go.
Oh, dun dun dun.
We've got two
Autograph.
delivery gimmicks, so don't get used to fresh surprises.
Is this me?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feel free. What do we got?
We've got. Ooh, the original Mario Brothers arcade classic series.
Okay.
Plumbing era.
So this is Mario Bros. No Super.
Right.
This game is just called Mario
So
Bros.
this is early.
This is
That's what I think.
Yeah.
no Bowser. This is pre-Bowser.
But guess who else is in it? Luigi.
Luigi's in it.
Yeah. So we do have like.
Right.
I think this is the first appearance of Luigi ever. I'm not. Can we get a fact check on that?
Yeah, I'll get right on it.
Thanks, Luigi.
Thanks.
Thanks, Luigi.
Hope you're enjoying your padded cell.
Yeah, we've got Luigi on the keys on the literal keyboard, doing any fact checking we need to make sure we're not messing things up or saying the wrong stuff. What's the word?
Yeah.
The internet's a little slow in here.
Do you have the Wi-Fi all set up?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
It is a tablet.
Yeah.
that's true.
But
Well, so wasn't there a baby Luigi in Yoshi's Island?
I mean, yes.
I'm
Yeah.
talking, is this his first appearance like in a Nintendo game ever? Yeah.
Let's see.
But like, I don't think being in it and then being absent from it like is a. I mean, we all know he just.
Right.
I mean, no offense, but we all know he just stays at home and doesn't do much. So like, he could appear, be like, "Ooh, too much for me."
Right.
Right. He
Hang
just kinda
back for a
fades from the
while
spotlight.
and then like re-enter as this,
Yeah.
Well, this is also like a very low stakes adventure for them. That it was probably like Mario trying to get Luigi out of the house. It's like,
Yeah.
we're gonna start easy, like you're hanging out, you're really worried about you.
I mean, we know that Mario has a lot of paranoia. His one game he has, he's just terrified the whole
You mean
time.
Luigi?
I mean Luigi.
Yeah, Luigi. Yeah, Luigi's
Right.
frightened.
But he's not frightened
easily.
here.
We don't know that. There's not enough expression in those sprites to really convey how they're feeling, I think.
Well, also clearly it's early because if he's not afraid, if he's less afraid, that
Right.
means the world has damaged him less.
Right.
As like a spirit,
He's still optimistic here, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry to change gears. You mentioned that this is pre-Bowser, but I will point out there's turtles in this game. And they're
Right.
like precursors to Koopas. I don't know if they are Koopas or they're just regular turtles in the sewers.
Ooh, interesting. Because are they?
This
Is
is the
this
one
new-
with
is-
the POW.
Yeah, this is the first
Okay.
POW block game. This is the one where like there's little enemies walking and you had to bump them and turn them on their
Yes,
backs and you can knock
yes.
them out of the sewers. It's really just like
Yes.
cleaning up vermin in the sewers, the video game.
Well,
Okay.
it could just be turtles. I mean, I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that this
Just a coincidence.
might be New York era.
I do
They're
want to
not
get
in
into
Mushroom.
that.
They're not in Mushroom Kingdom.
I
here.
think there's a
That's
Brooklyn like era, like a blue collar Mario era that
Right.
we're gonna be exploring.
Yeah.
And I think this is part of it. Yes, Luigi.
Yeah, so his first appearance was in Mario Brothers for the Game & Watch, where he is loading bottles onto a truck that Mario hands him.
I don't even have that one on our list. I should have put that in there.
Yeah, it's a totally different game.
Good to know. It's still called Mario Bros, right?
Yeah.
So here he actually considered him an equal, and decided to bring him
Yeah.
on.
That's a good point too. In this game, there are no differences between Mario and Luigi. They play the same.
Right.
They're maybe like one player, two player is the only indicator that one of them is worth less. But
Right.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
Luigi's inherently worth less because he's not.
Oh,
I mean,
that's rude.
his name isn't on any of the. He's one on this whole board.
That's my
I'm
other
just
question.
Saying.
Is that their last name? I've like read before. There's some like instruction booklet or something that refers to Mario and Luigi as Mario and Luigi Mario. Like that's their last name, which is bonkers and stupid, but like all
That's
accepted.
I mean, in
nuts.
Mario Brothers, that would make sense. Well, let's. I feel like we need to just get some
Let's
on
get it
the
on there.
board
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Right.
contextualize.
Yes.
So earlier on, I think like it's before.
I think it's
It's
near
before.
Donkey Kong, to be honest. I think it's
Yeah.
blue collar era. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's before Donkey Kong.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll put it.
Let's put it close by.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna fill in that blue collar area for
Yeah,
sure.
I feel like if we just start smattering stuff on, it'll help us.
Yeah. He's definitely like he's like a plumber at that point. That's
Yeah.
like yeah,
He hasn't found his color yet. He's still blue.
that's true. Or he's got like different his colors
Yeah.
are weirder.
He's got some red hair. He's experimenting with his hair color. He hasn't gone into fashion yet.
Yeah,
He'll
he
get
didn't
there.
get his.
Yeah, oh, there's plenty of games where he's changing his wardrobe
He
up. All right, let's
started
get that next.
dyeing his hair brown.
Oh, here we go. All right, what's next for us? Thank you, Piranha Plant. Okay. This is arguably not really a mainline title, but we have Super Mario Run for iPhone.
iPhone.
It's for the iOS. It's for iOS. It's for mobile. It's not just iPhones.
Right.
It's for mobile phones. This is sort of in the style of the new Super Mario Bros. Games.
Right.
It's got the same assets, I think. I don't really think there's much of a story here.
No, but you have a bunch of weird characters in it, which
Mm-hmm.
I would place it late, like.
Definitely like a larger cast. Like
Right.
he's met more people. It's not blue collar area. It's way past Mario 2, I think.
Right.
Like
Maybe it's like after the peace era of the party games, and he's like kind of gotten out of shape. You know, he's been
trying to
like
get back into
walking around the
Yeah.
board, and now he's like gonna get back into running and jumping, getting back into shape,
I kind of like that.
seeing
yeah.
old friends. So
I mean,
maybe
he's
it's
still he's still murdering. I mean, it's still like a total
Right.
murder run, but
You think he's murdering?
doesn't he smashes?
I guess.
Like-
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, it's hard to argue that he's not killing things.
I think it's like in between the end platformers, but after.
No, but this is the last thing in the Mario timeline.
No, it's like
uh,
towards the end, but not. It's after the era of peace.
But there's no goal in this. There's no villain. It's just your villain
let's
is
check.
time.
Luigi, can you look up the storyline for Super Mario Run for us?
So according to this, it says that you're on a quest to rescue Princess Daisy.
Oh,
That's
so
crucial.
Way later.
I do know where it has to be after the Mario Land games. That's
Right.
the introduction of Daisy. Or it's probably not before because of all the other characters. So that's good. I think if it's still rescuing somebody, the stakes are still high. I don't think it's just exercise.
Right.
I want to place
Fair.
it closer to the platformers.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
Does that work? Like maybe
No, that works.
Like a little lower, like we give room for a bunch more.
Yeah, I think that works.
Just for now, we'll move these around.
Here's the pen, all secure.
Thank you. Great work. All right, cool. So that
Yeah,
goes
no,
there.
that makes sense.
Okay.
That's I don't have a lot to say about that game, so I'm
There's
happy
not
to
a lot
move
to
on.
say.
Yeah.
I
No.
mean, it's pretty, it's, you know, it's in the name. We know.
All right, let's check for our new game. Oh man.
Where are you at? Here. We've got, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Great. All right, we're going like in a good order here.
Weird. All
Okay.
right.
It's
So-
what the set is based on is the title screen of Super Mario Bros. 3.
The play.
Yeah. Okay, so so yeah, you're on to one of the theories. I might actually
I
agree
don't
with
know.
you.
What's
Do you not
the
know?
play-
Okay.
Well, I don't know. What's the play theory?
Let's talk about it.
Jeez.
Mario 3, it opens with a theater setting. Like the title screen has like curtains opening,
Yeah.
and a lot of the elements in each stage and level are kind of built to look like props. Like sometimes it looks like there's like nuts and bolts on the platforms, like they've been screwed in on an actual stage. And the end of every level, you go like to a black void area that kind of looks like it could be backstage. And so there's a prevailing theory that Mario 3 is a play and not actually an Adventure Mario's going on. And if that's the case, and I kind of buy it, that would mean it could take place later. Like it's sort of like a group setting where like, let's relive our old memories.
I think it's interesting. I also think that, I don't know, I think the play stuff could also be like viewer perception.
Right, like just a narrative device.
Right. I
Yeah.
think I mean, stuff that we see in the game, there's still like, they don't see text bubbles. They don't see all kinds of like weird packaging
Right.
that's strictly for the player. That I could almost see the whole play element being just a
Which I also buy.
device
Yeah.
for the player.
So it's
No,
not like
but
it's not indicative of the actual story. It's just like, hey, that's how this artwork is framed. It's the aesthetic.
Right.
I don't know about that. I think if we're really committing
Yeah.
to the Mushroom Kingdom as a real place, I
Right.
think aesthetic choices, that's like, who cares?
Right,
Maybe they
right.
put on a play. Maybe that's real. Maybe it's way later. Because look he's got the Hammer Brothers suit. He's got the frog suit in this one. There's like
Right.
a lot of high production stuff. Maybe after all this time and all the parties and all that, they're like, we gotta celebrate this. Let's put on a play.
It's appealing.
We'll get all the toads
Right.
there. Like, I totally buy into this play idea because, like, it's what makes it unique.
Right.
So it's like, because otherwise, I fear if we're using artistic
That's fair.
frames,
That's
then
fair.
we're gonna do that for literally every single one.
Okay.
So
let's plop it down later.
let's go with
Are-
the play
are you comfortable
idea.
with that?
Are you
No,
guys-
I-
are you
Okay.
into that?
I
Is
think
that
it could be
okay?
a thing where you have Mario, he goes on his first adventure.
Yeah.
Then he like dreams about it and he develops his story for himself. And then this is like his actual production. So this is his production period.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is his
He's
like
getting into
waiting for
theater.
Guffman.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like forcing everyone to come to rehearsal.
Yeah.
They're
Oh yeah,
all,
like everyone's actually playing themselves in it. Like,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
not
He's
dying for
writing
real
their
here.
Yeah.
lines for them.
He's making Bowser come in and play the bad guy. He's like, I'm over this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's
And this is
fun.
his really hot idea. His raccoon outfit. It's like, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the raccoon outfit appears at other points.
But not always in the same way. No?
What?
Because here-
The lack or is
It comes back in the new series, in New Super
Well,
Mario
is this an
Bros.
outfit, the ears and the tail, or is it attached to him?
I don't know the answer to that. I think it's a power up. It's like the fire flower.
Yeah.
So it probably transforms him. I don't think it's like a costume he's putting on. I think it's like if he touches that leaf, he gets
Yeah.
to be a raccoon man.
So he's like some
Yeah.
weird raccoon chimera. Yeah.
Or Tanuki, I think is what it actually is.
Tanuki
Yeah.
suit.
Tanuki.
Well, there's a Tanuki suit that's separate. We'll get into that. Let's place this Lower.
I think this is later.
Yeah,
I
like
think this
we're
is
going-
like right after Super Mario 2.
2 versus 1. I don't know.
I do.
This is our first like
But
real stalemate,
why
though.
would
yeah.
he do a play that early if
Because he
doesn't
dreamed
have
it.
those relationships with people? But would the rest of the Mushroom Kingdom agree to be in it unless they had a solidified relationship?
It's also possible he had nothing to do with this. It's possible this is like eons after the Mushroom Kingdom's demise, and this is like some, like,
Oh, dark.
yeah, some retelling of a Greek myth. Like, I don't know. Like, it could be that. Like, it could just be at the very end of the timeline.
Oh, dark.
Like,
This
it could
is
be
the
us.
last
It could be
one.
our world.
Other than power-ups, is there anybody who's really new in this? Power-ups aside.
I don't think so. I kind of. Oh, this is huge. The Koopa kids.
Ooh, the
Like the Koopalings.
Oh, like
yeah, I forgot about them.
Watson.
None of them are named Watson. It's like Iggy,
Like Wendy?
Iggy, oh,
Lemmy,
yeah.
Roy, Wendy.
Right.
There's 7 of them.
Okay.
That is their first, like, in the order of games released, that's the first time they ever appeared. And they come back a lot.
right.
But again, that doesn't really change much because if it's a play, they would feature in it. Why not?
No, I think it changes a lot. Like, I think the fact that Bowser, whether it is Mario's narrative or Bowser's actual narrative, he must have gotten beat up so many times that he needs to keep on calling more backup. Like, this wouldn't be,
Yeah.
you know, like he's calling his cousins at this point.
And this, yeah.
I mean, he hasn't gone on to like call on to major bosses yet. Like, they're not, like, I think it's early
You're
enough.
dead on with, like, what it would be if it was the story, but I believe so strongly now that it's got to be, like, a play. But, all right, no, okay. I'm buying it a little bit.
So,
Like, he hasn't called in like the major
Right.
guns yet.
Like, I get it story-wise. This is
Yeah.
it. This is, like,
but who's writing the play? I guess that's the question.
Right.
Like, if Mario's the playwright and everything is
Yeah.
in the context of his own desires,
Right.
then it's like, well, are the Koopa kids, they're like, Bowser, people kind of bored, you're not very hot, we're bringing in some hot, sexy new talent.
Right.
They got fun human names, just get to know them.
they're all named
like,
after musicians, too, which is interesting.
Right.
And
we've already introduced
in
him to
real life
Wendy.
musicians. Wendy O, right? Yeah. Is that right?
At this point, we've already been introduced to, well,
I buy it as, like, it's right after the first adventure. Like, Bowser re-upped and was like, I gotta
because
go
I
for a
assume
stronger
he's got.
attack. Yeah.
Is Bowser Jr. in here? Or
No, so
Bowser Jr.
that's a
is
whole
not
other
in
can
here.
of worms. No.
Right.
Bowser Jr.
It's cousins first. You don't bring in your own kin yet.
No, you don't
Right,
want nothing
there.
dirty. He might not have been born yet.
Okay,
We don't know.
I am
Yeah.
reluctantly agreeing to this,
Me
but
too.
as we go on,
But you
I will
made a good point,
continue
like-
to champion for the play theory.
We can always change where it goes.
So it's
Right.
here.
I kind of think it might even be before Mario. I think it's more interesting to put it before Mario.
What?
Too.
But
Wait,
before
no!
the dream? That doesn't make any sense.
No.
He already fought Bowser. I don't know.
What, he's sleeping because he worked so hard in the play? That's nuts.
So now it is a play.
Yeah, wait.
But you guys are saying it's a play.
So you think it's a play?
But you're putting it before because you think it's a play, right?
I would put it after. If
no,
I thought
I
it was a
would put
play.
I would put
yeah.
it like here at
But
this
I'm
point.
So
sorry.
after all of this stuff, that's what he dreams about. He just dreams about
No,
Bowser and the
this isn't a
cousins.
dream.
No,
That's
that's
the
the
dream.
dream.
I'm
This
sorry,
is the play.
but still, no, like where, like he has all of this stuff, all of these life experiences, and all he brings in is Bowser's kids, like cousins. That's nuts.
It's a simplified story. It's.
Oh, this guy's got a big imagination. That's nuts.
All right,
That's
fine,
insane.
fine. It's a game. It's a real game. it's actually happening.
I don't sanction this, but I'm a team
I'll put it
player,
right
so-
after Mario 2.
I mean, you
okay?
can put some space. You can put like, now you're making me feel bad. Now
No,
This is-
it's
this is
okay.
only gonna get worse.
This is hot debate. This
Okay,
is the
okay.
point. We will
I'd
disagree.
like to move on to the next game. We'll revisit that. Oh, hello, Piranha Plant. Let's see what we got. Okay,
Watch
cool.
out for those fireballs.
I will. Thank you very much. Let's see. Okay. New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS. This was after a long drought. There were no 2D platformer Mario games for a long time, and Nintendo finally was like, let's make a new one. And they called it New Super Mario Bros.
Okay.
Which I think is the worst naming scheme they could have done. The story in this, I think, is literally just the same as usual. It's a revamp of the first one. It's Mario's rescuing Princess Peach, which, taking the art style away, I think it means it could just be like right around the same time.
May I?
Yeah,
This is the first appearance of the mega mushroom.
that's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for that reason, I feel like it should be later in the canon, after the scientists have developed the technology to create the mega mushroom.
Like Professor Egad.
Yeah,
the
like
only
it has to
canonical,
be
yeah,
later in time
Mario
because they don't
scientist.
have.
Wait, does Egad make the mushroom?
No, I'm playing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm like imagining.
he did.
He's the only one
We
qualified in
don't
the
know.
Mushroom Kingdom.
He's the only one. What?
Qualified. He's like a scientist. He's the only scientist I can think of, and
I think that's a
Mario
natural
universe.
mushroom. Like like
I buy that
But
too.
when he eats it, he gets huge.
yeah.
So it can't be a natural mushroom.
Right, but even
look at the
even a regular mushroom
flower.
makes him bigger. That's an
Yeah, but like I'm talking like breaking through walls just with simple contact. There's
Well-
no kick in, there's no jump. It's like doom, doom, doom. It
even
feels
a
like
normal
on a whole other
mushroom
level.
grows him to like double size, and that's
Right.
just a normal size one. So this is like a big mushroom. So it stands to reason that a larger version of one of those mushrooms would just make him exponentially
It's evolution.
So it's like
It's
the mass of
evolution.
the mushroom
evolution.
that he's It's like the mass of the mushroom itself is what's creating the growth. Is basically what you're saying.
bigger. I just don't.
Smaller mushroom, smaller growth. Bigger mushroom, bigger growth.
I just find it hard. I don't think if a scientist is making a mega mushroom, I would also have to assume they're making the normal ones because they function the same.
Right.
And I don't want to think like there's a guy designing all these mushrooms and putting them in boxes everywhere. It makes. Then again, it's not really natural that they're coming out of boxes.
Hold on a second.
Okay,
You
I
don't
don't-
want to believe that? That's literally what it
But then what is Peach like? What is Peach the kingdom of? If these are all like Egad created mushrooms,
what's-
what
what
is what is her like?
Oh, is she the ruler of
Well, yeah. Like, what is she the?
the toads? What?
What? But they're mushrooms too.
Yeah, that's why I'd like to think nobody's inventing them. Like,
Yeah, that-
biologically.
yeah.
We haven't even gotten to the toads yet. That's like a whole other can of
I want
science
to. I want to
words.
speed. I want to speed this up a little bit.
Okay,
Sorry.
alright.
And I don't want to get lost in the weeds on
Okay, so where
what
would you like-
constitutes
where do you think
toad
this goes?
consciousness. I think it would go next to the original games. Like I kind of feel like not a lot is different story-wise from here to there. Power-ups come and go. You say the Mega Mushroom's like a big deal. I don't think it is because the leaf comes and goes, the cape comes and goes. I think the
Right.
power-ups might not be a helpful marker chronologically.
Okay.
But maybe they are. I don't want to.
Famous last words.
Yeah,
That's all
we'll
I'm
see.
saying. We need these. Oh wait, am I putting this up or you?
Go for it. Find an
Okay.
appropriate spot.
Oh,
there.
I don't know.
Somewhere around Mario and Mario 3. like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like here?
Sure.
It's this.
Maybe,
if there's
maybe right
fancier
after.
power
Let's
ups
put it
in
after
this one-
Mario 3.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
After Mario 3?
Yeah.
Okay, even though there's more power-ups in Mario 3. Oh, right, we're not talking about
I think there's actually. I don't know. There might be more new, to be honest.
But there's no Frog suit, there's no Hammer Brothers suit.
There is like there's a Koopa suit instead.
Well, maybe he's just
There's
trying to be like.
ones, yeah.
He's trying to be himself now. You know, like he's
Oh.
just trying to go back to his roots.
Luigi has
But
something for
going
us.
back to his
Hold-
roots this early?
Yeah.
I want to hear from Luigi.
I'll
Okay,
just say
sorry.
one thing that might affect the placement is that Bowser Jr. has a prominent part in it.
That's huge.
Ah, that's huge. Yeah. That's huge.
All right. So Bowser Jr. is born at this point. You mentioned that he wouldn't bring his kin into it until after he tried out the cousins, which are technically kin. I'm gonna let that
Right.
semantic slide.
Yeah.
I think it still kind of makes sense where it is. We can adjust it.
I agree.
That is important. Let's keep that in mind. I'm gonna put it a little further down. Okay. Is this the first appearance of Bowser Jr.?
No.
Oh, I know which one that is. All right, let's keep going.
Okay. So now, oh,
What do we got?
whoa. This is like might be the most important game that we talk about.
Yeah?
This is Super Mario 64.
Oh.
I have a very strong theory about this one and how it relates to the rest of his story.
Yeah.
I think this is. We were talking about this before, okay? So
Yeah.
here's my pitch for where this goes. I think this goes really close to the end, and I'll tell you why. I think at this point, let's see, there's blue collar era, okay?
Yeah.
Development of self. I assume a lot of the golfing, the sporting, the camaraderie amongst the group, the exploration of the world is later on in his life, right? Like
Yeah.
he's learned a lot more.
Maybe.
right.
He's
right.
more secure. That's my idea, right?
Okay.
Okay, so imagine he's seen the world, like Odyssey happened, Peach has traveled, she's come home, everything is settled, everybody thinks everything's
Bring
cool.
it home. I'm still not sold at all.
And then, so when Peach is like, come over, I've made a cake for you, come hang out. And he shows up and Bowser's there, it's a genuine surprise. It's also revolutionary because it's a whole different existence and dimension that he's never experienced before.
Like going into
Okay,
paintings.
or well, I guess maybe in
Oh,
Odyssey
third
he has too.
dimension.
But
Well, so I mean, let's recap the story real quick.
Okay.
Because this is literally just Mario gets a letter from Peach.
Right.
Yeah.
I baked you a cake. Come on by and get it. He shows up at the castle. Peach isn't there. Bowser's kidnapped her.
Right.
And he's hidden everyone in different paintings. Yeah.
Right.
I'm hesitant to put it so close to the end.
Okay.
I would be willing to put it somewhere in this zone.
Okay.
Is that a fair compromise? I think we're gonna
I
need.
mean,
it's-
you're wrong.
We're not gonna be
but
able
we
to.
Can put it
You think it's
there.
like at the very end?
No, you're wrong.
Yeah,
There's no way.
Two against you. I'm
There's
sorry.
no way. Because it has to go towards the end because we're at the point where he's collecting stars, not just collecting coins.
Yeah, this is like the 3D era. I feel like is a whole different. Like it's still like it's his peak adventuring. Like he
Right.
thought he was getting started there. No, he didn't hit his
Right.
stride until this
So
stuff.
my
Like,
pitch is this: it's after the games and the era of peace. But you were saying it's before. And when I say era of peace, I mean the times where they're all partying together.
Right.
There's not tension. Like they can be in the same room. They can do the same thing.
for all we know, the era of peace takes place earlier.
No way.
I guess
the
it's-
era of
No, but
peace
we
is
don't know.
after this crap.
Okay.
We don't know yet. Okay.
I
so
think all I'm
let's
saying
start.
is like, if it takes place after all that,
Yeah.
then it means Bowser like suddenly decided to be evil again.
Exactly.
And
Okay. So you'd think it's more like up here.
I think over here.
Okay.
I'll,
All right,
I'll
let's,
give it like
let's put it there then.
3D era. Actually, I'm gonna put it like here.
And also he's being followed with a camera, which we don't know what they're filming.
That's a really cool point.
Right. So
why
it's
they're
definitely
filming it.
post. If that's a play, it's post play.
This is when he's
past
famous.
his
This is like a
Shakespeare.
documentary. This is like we're gonna follow famous hero Mario around for an adventure
Right.
and see what we get.
So he's got a name for
Yeah.
himself. Like he's
Yeah,
getting a
that-
doc
Yeah.
made about him.
Okay.
So that's late in his career. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be real. That's a late.
That's
career.
pretty late. Look how far down that
That is, yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right, let's get the next game. Going. Yeah. Oh, here we go.